So this has definitely been different. I mean, I wouldn't say it's not going how I expected because I was not sure what to expect when I got here. I'm going to talk about everything that's different about driving and delivering in Florida compared with back in Seattle. Quick shout out to Chad, the gig economist. He actually gave me the idea for this video, so props to him on that. And if you are driving and delivering and you have a disability, check out my link down below. There's a survey company that wants to talk to you for 1 hour. They'll pay you $75 to hear about what you're going through with that disability as a driver. I'm going to leave the instructions in the description, so check that out. But let's talk about this. Let's talk about what exactly is going differently. Currently, I'm sitting kind of chilling in my car waiting for an offer to come in. I've had the Uber Eats app on for about an hour. Grubhub, I'm not on a block. There weren't any available and I didn't sign up earlier, so I'm kind of waiting to see what pops up. And I mean, it's still early, so like my expectations weren't high. When stuff picks up here, it's really busy, it's really good, but when it's slow, it's slow. I mean, like anywhere else, you just gotta work when you can. So the first thing that we gotta talk about is the heat. I got absolutely roasted on one of my last videos. It was about the PPP loans because I was filming in my car and I did not have my AC on, so I started like sweating 30 seconds into the video, and I kind of just drew that out for the whole video. I was sweating like the whole way through it. The second big thing that I'm noticing is there's, you know, some slight pay differentials. I'm definitely seeing like a lower base on orders. I would see stuff pop up occasionally for like $3-4 on Uber Eats in Seattle, but the floor here appears to be like $2. I actually just had a $2 offer pop up. Quickly declined it because there's really like no chance I'm going to take an offer that's that low, and I hope no one else that's watching this video is taking $2 offers out there, because there's really, you know, nothing that is worth $2 when it comes to delivering food. Now there's also some major like cultural differences here, and most of them are cool. Like it's been a pretty good experience. I would say the drivers drive a lot faster. Like everybody's like a NASCAR driver here, and if you just don't, you stay away from the left-hand lane. Another thing that I will say is that I guess people just don't like to camp in Florida. You never see like tents anywhere. On Seattle, you see them all over the side of the road, and definitely downtown and in a lot of the neighborhoods. I guess people just really like the outdoors there. They love to camp. There seem to be fewer like massive apartment buildings. There's definitely a lot of apartments, but compared to Seattle, it's not nearly as many. And that's one of the things I always watched out for delivering in Seattle was those apartment drop-offs. Like there's major advantages if you're in a big urban city with a, you know, a massive downtown area if you're on a bicycle, because then you can get a lot of those close orders. You can kind of shoot them out quick and you don't have to worry about parking when you're dropping that food off. And so it makes it kind of easier to navigate. But in Seattle, I would like stay away from downtown because parking was so hard, and then I would have to run up like to the 40th floor to deliver food, and by then you know, it's just like a completely different ball game when it comes to judging you know, what your time is worth and what you're willing to do for like a $8-9 offer. Here, because it's so spread out, there's just more houses, so a lot more people are going to be living in houses. There's apartment complexes here or there. I've done like a couple deliveries to those, and it's always been like the second or third floor, which is much more easy to manage when it comes to dropping that off. So I will say that's been a little bit refreshing as well. The gas prices here are great. I mean, like everywhere gas has gotten more expensive, right? So, you know, that's definitely a negative when it comes to delivering, the fact that you're gonna have to pay more for gas. But I know in Seattle right now I'd be paying like $4.50 a gallon for my gas, and here I'm still getting away with $3 a gallon. So the fact that, you know, I'm driving a bigger car, it's still something that concerns me a little bit, but it's much easier to do here because of those low gas prices. I've also noticed one other big thing that's popping up, and that's that I'm seeing Walmart orders here on Uber Eats. Not something I saw in Seattle because we actually did not have a Walmart within Seattle. There was one in the Bellevue area, there was one north of Seattle, but it was pretty far north, so I never got pinged for those Walmart offers. Started seeing them the other day, I didn't know what to do, and it was a busy night. It was like Sunday night, there was a storm, so I didn't accept it because, you know, I had plenty of other good offers coming in. I didn't want to kind of roll the dice, take something new. And then I did some research, and it sounds like a lot of people avoid these because they do not want to end up dropping off a Walmart offer to an apartment complex when you're carrying in all those groceries. If you've got to like hike a bunch of stairs or go up elevators and walk a long ways, then all of a sudden it's a huge pain. But a reason for me to possibly consider doing them here, because there's less apartment complexes, a lot more old people just living in you know, retirement homes or like old houses. so it might actually not be that bad, and most of them were popping up for like 18 bucks. So something I'll consider doing in the future. And that kind of reminds me of the last point. The last big difference here, I kind of touched on it earlier, was the weather. I love the sunshine. It's absolutely amazing. Like, I love just being warm all the time. Some people think it's too hot. Not for me. I don't always even drive with the AC on, even though I should, but I just kind of like the heat. I would say that the storms are like crazy. Like, the storms come out of nowhere. The other day I was watching the news and a storm came up, and it was like a sunny day, and then all of a sudden they were showing the weather, and they were showing like potential tornadoes wrapped in hail and rain, and like all of a sudden like lightning bolts are striking everywhere, and that's good for demand. Like, people are less willing to go out and get their own food during that. So, you know, if you're willing to deliver during those times, you can be making a lot better money, which is definitely a good thing. And that pretty much wraps it up for all of the differences. As I mentioned, you know, the slow times are kind of slow here, which is why I applied for that Amazon warehouse job. I don't know how that's going to go. Like, I got a ton of feedback from you guys on the other video about how they're going to run me to the ground and how my timing's going to be everything and it's going to be a ton of work. But I've also heard positive stuff about, you know, you get to work with a team, you're around people. That's the thing for me, is like working with a team sounds kind of refreshing, because I've been working alone for so long, like in the gig economy. And that's one of the things about the gig economy that I like and dislike. Like, I like working for myself and by myself a lot of the times, but I also, you know, I do like people as well, which is probably why I have this YouTube channel, because I do like to, you know, reach out and connect with people, and this helps me do that. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel down below.